So we took a few days to recover on the boat from our butt kicking on the way to Aruba from Colombia, but now we're nice and rested and it's time to go and explore. We're going to try and explore the whole entire island of Aruba today.
We're going to be renting a vehicle.
Yes.
Woohoo!
Let's see which one.
There's still a little bit of damage on the sidewall there, but we'll fix that in Curacao probably. Today's all about fun, no boat work. Dun-dun, dun-dun, dun-dun.
We just picked up Brian.
Morning, everybody. How do you say that in Dutch?
Goedemorgen.
Goedemorgen? Goedemorgen.
We're going to be exploring the whole island of Aruba today on this trusty steed.
Nah, I'm not feeling it.
What? What about this bad boy?
Nah, I need a bit more danger in my life.
If you're not feeling that, you got to be feeling this.
It looks a bit pricey, I think.
Yeah? Yeah?
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. And we're off.
So this is the first stop. It's a snorkeling beach, we think. We just see a bunch of boats and a bunch of people snorkeling, so we're gonna check it out.
We're so glad we stopped because this water looks amazing. So nice. Well, that was the cutest little baby turtle I've ever seen. It was really nice to see all of those out there. There's quite a few of them. And we've figured out that behind us, where all those boats are, is a big shipwreck called the Antilla. We were thinking about swimming out there, but there's quite a lot of boats zooming in and out, so we might leave that for another time. But now we're going to head back onto the motorbike and further up north. is it?
The gears are a little bit tricky on this thing, but I wouldn't trade her in for anything.
So this is the next stop on our trip around Aruba. We're right at the very northern tip of Aruba, and it's the Lighthouse. The real attraction up at the Lighthouse though is this bus and these yummy mango smoothies. That's how it is.
How is it?
So refreshing. Because it's so hot.
This is awesome!
This is pretty cool. Pretty fun.
This thing's awesome!
Windy side of the island, and there's heaps of these buildings that are either half finished or half torn down.
And there is not a lot of people on the windy side of the island. No hotels. There's a huge fossil of a coral right here.
As you can see, the waves are much rougher on this side of the island. I mean, they didn't even exist on the other side of the island.
This is so cool! We're supposed to be able to get to a church, but we didn't believe the road was not a road. And it's considerably bumpier and it's taking a little bit longer, but that's okay because it's a blast. So this is the Alta Vista Chapel, and it was a very bumpy ride to get here, but it looks super cool. We gotta be quiet inside. And there's more places to get something to drink. So we are going to grab a coconut or a cool drink of some sort.
You guys want bottled water also? Just one.
It is ice cold.
Oh, this is what I needed. We're looking for a place to stop to eat. But until then, we're just cruising down the highway. It's more of a side street, but...
Little town.
We're temporarily off the bike, and we're gonna eat some traditional Aruban food, but it has to be quick. And it's not traditional at all, because it's... Yeah, that's right, it's Subway. We're eating Subway. But it's gonna be fast, and it's gonna be tasty, and we wanna get to this beach that's really cool, and we don't have a whole heap of time. We are at Baby Beach, but there's a ton of people here, like a ton of people.
But that's because it's super beautiful. Time for a snorkel, I think. Oh, I don't know. Are we going to snorkel, or is it just time for a swim? I don't know if it's a. I don't think it's a coral reef.
Baby Beach Rock!
Baby Beach was certainly not a big snorkeling beach, at least not the part we swam in, but it was so gorgeous and relaxing. I could have just floated there for hours and hours. The water was the perfect temperature and the clouds stayed just far enough away.
About to get back on the road with my fancy helmet. We saw one of the local tour operators picking these, and we don't know what they are, so we're not going to eat them. But if you know what they are, please let us know, because if they were edible, I want to have eaten them in the future.
You ready to get going?
I'm ready.
Hoorah! Give me your best bark. There, come on.
So we're at Mango Halto Beach. I'm saying that totally wrong. Just don't even listen to what I just said. What is it called again?
Oh, I don't think I'm going to say it right either.
Pressure's on. But it looks super pretty. And we decided to stop here because we still have another hour before we have to return the motorcycle. So why not see another beach? And it is, wow, gorgeous. I know what you're thinking. Those rain clouds over there look like they're about to hit us, but they're not. And they're gonna go right past the island without even hitting the island. And that's what seems to happen almost all the time to this island.
Yeah, it's super dry and deserty on this island, but it's been great for us because it's not raining. It means lots of time to explore. But yeah, this beach is cool. The ground is just all small pieces of old coral, and then in the water it looks like all coral. So We have to fuel up before we take the bike back, but Brian went off ahead. I think he forgot. He'll remember at some point and turn around and come back.
It's my phone.
Yeah, it was the phone.
Jiggling too much.
And now he leaves us behind.
What a friend. Anyway, our motorcycle adventures are coming to an end. One last short ride in, but we got a surprise for you after that.
Yeah, we
and
do.
It has to do with these wristbands that we definitely didn't pay for. Shh. Thank you, people that were at Santa Marta.
In Colombia. Shh. Caught him at the last minute.
This is the Renaissance Hotel. This is a Renaissance Hotel pass. It's gonna work.
Act natural.
May I present to you the pool at the Renaissance Hotel. They also have a bar, a swim-up bar.
I think we're in.
Right. Cheers. Pichilingue. Cheers again.
So we got some cordon bleu, we got some brie garden, and we got some pea soup. And
Anta soup.
What is it?
Anta soup. And the final thing of the day is poppetjes met aardbeien and slagroom.
You're gonna have to English that for me.
Tiny little Dutch pancakes with strawberries and whipped cream.
Okay, I'm for it.
All right, this day is over. We are putting back to the boat at a slow speed.
Yep.
And it's been a lovely day. I'm going to sleep.
I'm so full.
Full and tired. And happy.
Yeah.
Very.
Beautiful day.
Yeah, it was a great day. And they have a free dinghy dock here for us.
Just a quick coconut update before we continue. You can see Coconut's having a real rough life at my mom's house, and she'll be rejoining the boat in early December. Really looking forward to having her back.
So that was a heaps fun trip yesterday, riding around Aruba. We really got to see what Aruba, the rest of Aruba looks like, and go to some really nice beaches and have a great time with Brian over on Dark Horse and eat some yummy food.
How
and,
cute was that baby sea turtle?
oh, so cute.
I mean, I don't think it was a baby, but it was
No.
the smallest one I've seen.
It's always going to be a baby to us. It's so little and cute. But a problem I did notice was that with my new snorkeling mask, it was fogging up, despite what I always do and always works for me is spitting in your mask, which I know doesn't sound lovely, but yet it's no time to be a princess when it comes to scuba masks or snorkeling masks. You just spit in them, rub it around, and then dunk it under the water, and it never ever fogs up. But for new ones, that doesn't work straight away, because you have to get rid of like a thin layer, I think, of chemicals, something like that, that's like a film on the inside of the mask, with toothpaste. That's the best or easy way to do it. Use a white toothpaste that doesn't have like grit or anything scratchy in it. And then you just get it.
A healthy amount.
Yes. And then rub it around. And get it all in all the edges.
And you got to do a really, really good job of rubbing that around.
Yeah, you have to like really rub it in so that it kind of gets that film to come off. And then you will leave it for a little while and then come back to it and rub it in again. Make sure it's getting it all off again. And then you can rinse it off and then it should be good to go. But again, you still need to spit in it each time. I hate seeing people go around with really foggy glasses or the snorkel masks, which was me yesterday. Because it's such an easy, simple fix. If they're new, you got to do this, and then every other time, just a little bit of spit, and they never fog up after that. And then obviously knowing what to do if they do fog up when you're deep under the water with scuba diving.
Yeah, that's a different...
Yeah, totally different thing, but I actually basically never even need to do it.
Yeah, because they just won't fog up.
Yeah, they just don't fog up.
So the important thing to this, after you get all in there, is to make sure you wash it out really, 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 really well.
Yeah, because otherwise, and I have had this happen to me before with snorkel masks and even swimming goggles, where you go for a swim, they look perfectly clean with no toothpaste in them, and then you start swimming and you notice toothpaste burn in your eyeballs.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah,
toothpaste burn, eh?
It's a medical name.
All right, well, we'll let you finish that and we'll see the finished product.
This toothpaste doesn't come off as easily as you might think, so you really do have to work at it with the water. Otherwise you're going to have really stingy eyes.
Sometimes you even leave it to soak for a little while in water.
Yeah, I think we might do that because I don't want my eyes stinging again. It was years ago, but it burnt into my brain. We're just letting that mask soak for a little bit, and so we're taking the opportunity to finally get around to putting up our Aruban flag. We did take down our quarantine Q flag, the yellow flag, when we first anchored, but we had to look for this one.
Look at that beauty. What do you think?
It should last the next couple of days. This is all done now. It's looking really nice and clear. You just want to really make sure that you give it a good look all around the edges to make sure there's no little tiny bit of toothpaste left. And you also want to, after you've done it, a really good rinse, just let it soak in some water for a couple of hours to make sure there's absolutely no residue of the toothpaste left that's going to sting you. And you could give it a bit of a rinse on with some mild dish soap and just really rinse it off, and then fresh water, and then you should be good to go for a long time. And obviously, as I said, still just each time you use it, a little bit of spit in it and then rub that around.
A lot of spit in it.
A lot of spit, and then rub that around on the inside and then rinse it and then put them on, and it should be good. So we wanted...
Speaking of good to go.
Yeah, good to go to America, hopefully. So our plans for the next hurricane season, we're making sure we're trying to be a bit more prepared and planning our trip potentially a little bit. We want to kind of head up towards America, we think, and then up the East Coast. But if you watched our earlier videos, you may remember I had a lot of problems getting into Alaska and then into Port Angeles and then into San Diego. So it's not as simple as other countries where you can just rock up on a boat. For example, Canada, you can just, I had no problems just on the boat, that's it. But for America, you can't just use the normal ESTA that Australians can have, and a lot of countries.
You need a proper visa.
Yeah, that needs to be well and truly planned ahead of time. So you can't just rock up to different countries like we're used to doing. And so ever since going to Alaska, I've been trying to organise getting one of those visas. They're called a B1, B2 visa. They're not a work visa or anything. It just allows you to go to America via a boat. That's not the main purpose of those visas, but you do need one of them if you're going to come via private boat. So I've been trying to get one. Canada had basically they said they're not doing the interviews at the moment, and it makes sense because Canadians don't need them. They kind of have a standing B1, B2 visa for America because they're loved by Americans. But yeah, I tried in Canada and I had applied, but they weren't taking interviews, and you need an interview to get one. America, you can't get one in America itself or USA. Mexico's wait list was something crazy, like 3 years. And then I checked all the countries down Central America, because we would have stopped if I could have got one there. But the wait list again was super duper long. And then I actually applied to get it when I was in Australia. I applied before I went to Australia and paid and everything, and you had to pay before you could see the interview dates. And unfortunately, there was no dates for while I was there.
You missed it by like a week.
Yeah. And I'd already booked my flights and all of that. So couldn't get it while I was there. And so we actually met some cruisers who are Dutch, and they had got it while they were in Curacao. So I looked up there, I paid again, quite a few $100s, and I didn't get my money back from the Australian one. So I am trying to get this done. And I booked it, this was a few months ago now, when I realized I couldn't get it in Australia. I booked it for Curacao, and it is on the 31st of October. So is that Halloween?
Yeah, that's Halloween.
Yes. I don't know the date of Halloween because we don't really have it in Australia, but Darcy loves Halloween, so we were hoping to be together on Halloween and do some fun Halloween stuff. We even bought candy and a little pumpkin thing to put the candy in and give to kids. But unfortunately, I need to be in Curacao, and the weather really doesn't look like we can sail there.
At all. We would get
all.
beaten to shreds.
Yeah, like really bad, and we've already just broken a bunch of things getting to Aruba. But there's no possibility for me to change the interview date and time. It would be sometime next year. So I'm going on a flight by myself one way to Curacao, and I'm not coming back. So Darcy's gonna have to meet me there with Supernova. So he's gonna be looking forward to his first big solo sail.
First ever solo sail.
So we really need to get the boat in order so he can do that without too many problems. Fingers crossed. And I will meet you all in Curacao. So that's it for this week. Next week, everyone wish Darcy luck for his first ever crossing. You'll see how it goes, and hopefully we will see you both in Curacao next week. That's it.
So thanks heaps to everyone on Patreon.
Yeah, thank you so much. You give us so much encouragement and motivation to keep making these videos for you all. Same with all your comments. We love reading them and responding. And as you hopefully know, we're up to date completely. We're real time. So this is happening this week. So if something goes wrong, Darcy literally won't be in Curacao. So see you all next Friday. Wish us luck.